leaving Sapareva and before returning back home in Sofia, I wanted to visit a waterfall in the vicinity. So here I am in the village of Charovci, where starts the trail to that waterfall. The weather today was, in the beginning, a little bit greyish, and it even started raining at some point, but it seems that for the moment it's relatively sunny, so I hope it stays the same. The beginning of the trail is marked by this fountain. The beginning of the trail is also marked by this tiny building here, which I don't know what represents. At first glance I thought it will be some kind of restaurant, but I found that the buildings we saw are related to this kind of engine. The water from the river, or part of the water from the river, is brought through these pipes to the whirlpools, where you can wash your carpets or big blankets, especially the ones made from wool or other natural materials. So basically, you get your carpets or big blankets here, you throw them inside that whirlpool without even using any kinds of detergents or chemicals. So this is some kind of an old-style washing machine. This concept was used for centuries, of course. Back then it wasn't made from metal but from wood. You throw your things in the whirlpools for 1, 2 or 3 hours, then the stuff that works here and is in the house you saw, bring them out, put them on ropes or bars to dry, and once dried, you bring them back home. And those whirlpools are on this river, Gurica River. So the eco path, the trail starts with these steps. You can find some signs here relating the wildlife in the region, some information about the waterfall. And here's the path. It's not a steep one, which is great, and I hope it will be the same for the rest of its length. The weather continues to change constantly. From time to time we have sun here, and from time to time, mostly of the biggest part of the time, it's cloudy. But I hope it will be good enough. As here the path turns again into some steps who seems to be longer and steeper. There's a tragic legend behind the name of the river and the waterfall, Gurica. According to the story, a young woman named Gurica lived in one of the nearby villages. She was so beautiful that the Ottomans, in the Ottoman time, who ruled the land, wanted to kidnap her. To escape, she decided to throw herself in the river and died. Not a happy one, but here we are. We arrived at the small terrace from where you can enjoy the view of that waterfall. So here we are at the Gurica waterfall. This waterfall is at 900 meters above sea level, which is the lowest waterfall in the real mountain. But it is one of the highest in the entire Bulgaria because it has 39 meters of height. And you can't approach it, unfortunately, because the waters are used for drinking from the villages in this area. But it's great, the view is amazing. Now it's time to go back because I would like to visit and to show you, of course, another landmark in this region, namely the Rasilovsky Monastery. Although it is already a late afternoon, I made it, and as you can see, in front of the monastery there are plenty of tourists and people who came here to visit it, so I won't be alone. In the outer yard of the monastery there is this tiny building, this tiny structure built from marble that I wanted to visit closely, but there is a sign saying that it is absolutely prohibited to enter because it was some kind of sanctuary. This is the monasterial complex from the outer courtyard, and there is probably the main entrance in the inner court. The Rasilovo Monastery is relatively new, built in 1940, thanks to the donations from locals and people from other areas. Before the World War II, Bulgaria was still a kingdom, and Tsar Boris III, the country's last Tsar or king, personally contributed with a significant amount of money of its own to the construction of this monastery. The monastery was established as a nunnery and continues to operate as one today. It was renovated in 1994 with the addition of two new chapels, the Holy Spirit and the Saint Michael the Archangel. But it's already a late afternoon, early evening, and it's time for me to leave the monastery and the mountain.